6:48, the top stories before you head out in this Friday Sunrise Smart Start. Breaking overnight, a man is recovering after a shooting in Rochester. Happened near Dewey and McGee Avenues late last night. The man wounded is expected to survive. RPD says the investigation is ongoing. Happening later this morning, there's another hearing for Kelvin Vickers, the man accused of killing RPD officer Anthony Mazurkowitz and wounding his partner. During a hearing last month, the defense team claimed the officers did not read Vickers his Miranda rights before asking him certain questions during arrest last summer. His attorney says any of that information should not be used against him at trial. The judge is expected to rule on that. Meantime, the DA, Sandra Dorley, is also asking to combine separate indictments against Vickers, who's also accused of killing two young people in Rochester just days prior to the death of Mazurkowitz. His trial is scheduled for September. To your weather, 10 minutes ago until the top of the hour. We've got Christine here, says yes, it's going to be very, very warm.
Yes, about I think the second time this summer that we've seen, or we'll probably see, about 90 or so.
I know, this is it.
Yes, it's been a while, so again, just a reminder to put on that sunscreen. UV index values with that hot sun today are going to be very high today. It only takes about 15 to 20 minutes or so to burn, but we do get a little bit of relief. That UV index does go down to more moderate levels by Saturday. It's looking like a great weekend. Outside of some storms on Saturday earlier in the day, we will eventually cool down, get a lot more comfortable. Highs only in the 70s, which will be nice if you don't like the humidity. Of course, we'll have another check with your 8-day forecast coming up in just a few moments here.
That will feel like fall by that point. All right, Christine, talk to you again in a few seconds. If you've not had the chance to go downtown, check out the Straw Museum's new expansions like the World of Gaming and the outdoor Hasbro Game Park. You should. Looks like a lot of fun. Hayden Wentworth has been covering it all this morning, taking us on a tour. Hayden, what are you doing now?
Brennan, I landed on go to jail, so I had to. It's the rule of the game. But Shane here, my friend, he's going to roll some doubles to try to get me out. And there it is. I'm out. So we've been here all morning, you know, just exploring these expansions. Shane Reinwald's the Senior Director of Communications here at the museum. Tell me about what these two expansions really mean for means to the community.
So the expansion here has been open just about a month, and it's been fantastic to see people come in to enjoy it. The reaction so far from the community has been great. The Strong has long been sort of a cornerstone here in Rochester. So I think it really is a point of pride for people to see it grow, to see it expand, to see it grow on the national stage and really attract people from all over. People knowing that this is unique to us in our city, but people come from all over the world to see it.
Awesome. Well, Brennan, Simon says that it is time to go right back to you. So, Brennan, back to you.
Got to follow the rules. Thank you, Hayden. A lot of fun there. She'll have more coming up on News 8 today. Sunrise traffic still looking okay. No new crashes popping up on the map, but maybe, depending on where you live, just with the heat and humidity building, some patchy fog. We'll have updates on the forecast in just a second. To more news and developing this morning, RPD is searching for a missing woman. 25-year-old Lily Rodriguez hasn't been seen since Monday around noon. When she disappeared, she had on black yoga pants, carrying a white leather backpack. She's 5'5", weighs about 160, and there is her picture. She has brown hair with green streaks in it and the word rotten tattooed on her jawline. If you know where she might be, please call 911. A Rochester firefighter in court facing several child porn charges. Last month, Brett Maripisi was put on unpaid leave after those charges were released, including production, distribution, receipt, and possession of child pornography. A public defender this week was assigned to represent him. The city still plans to fire Maripisi. His next court date is scheduled for September. This could be the end of the Brighton axe murder case. An appellate court has officially determined James Krausnick's appeal will not continue after his death. Late last year, a jury sent Krausnick away to prison, declaring him guilty in the murder of his wife with an axe 40 years ago. Krausnick died this year in May during the appeal process. The Monroe County DA's office confirmed to News 8 Krausnick's conviction will be tossed, which is typical for someone who dies while still appealing a conviction. Krausnick maintained his innocence all throughout the decades following the murder of his wife and then at trial. His legal team and family hope to see the appeal through even after his death this year. The mayor here in Rochester, Malik Evans, says he's working to figure out what exactly went wrong to cause paychecks for firefighters and police officers to be delayed hours yesterday. The firefighters union says this is not the first time something like this has happened. That's why it is requesting the Office of the State Controller to run a comprehensive audit of the city's payroll practices and procedures. Mayor Evans says the city did everything right, submitting payroll files on time with documentation to prove that, adding it was only uniformed city employees who had the problems.
We are dealing with the senior-most people at the financial institution because this should be, we want it corrected as soon as possible. These are really routine things and should not be anything that is difficult. So obviously I am not pleased with this situation, but we are following up with the financial institution to get this fixed as quickly as possible, but more importantly to figure out what happened.
The mayor says whoever is responsible for the error will have to cover the late fees linked to a delay in payments. For the full response from the union, the city, and the city's bank, Chase, we have all that posted at rochesterfirst.com. An update from Rochester-based Fleetwood Mac tribute band, the Seven Wonders. That band has announced it will continue to perform after a crash involving band members left one of them, Katie Ebert, severely injured. She broke her back in the accident and had hours of surgery for repairs. The band released a statement on Facebook saying, "This is not an easy decision, but we feel the best way we can support Katie is to be strong for her. We will be raising funds for her recovery at our upcoming shows, and we appreciate all the support you can give." The group is set to perform again coming up Thursday at Party in the Park. Meantime, rock superstar Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo have canceled their show in the Finger Lakes scheduled next month at CMAC. The venue says that is due to an unforeseen personal conflict. Now, Ticketmaster says it will refund tickets automatically within the next 30 days. Finally this morning, 4 sea turtles have been released off the coast of Cape Cod in Massachusetts. Rotini, cavatappi, cavatelli, and Katara, all named after pasta noodles, of course. They spent more than 8 months in the Cape at the Aquarium Sea Turtle Hospital. They were treated for hypothermia-related conditions such as pneumonia, dehydration, and trauma. And now they are going back home with the crowd watching them on. Some of the stories we hear, they get stunned just from the cold, whatever it may be, and then they get treatment, and there they go, enjoying the Cape this summer.
Yes.
Nice place to be whenever it's going to be so hot, dipping right in, not just standing at the beach.
Yeah, I mean, we have our own version of an ocean here. We've got Lake Ontario.
Yes, we do.
Maybe today will be a lake day for you. Here's a nice view over at Lake Ontario right now. That sun glistening over the water. It will eventually heat up right now, though. Just a quick check at what's going on now. 67 degrees and a dew point of 66. It is muggy out there, so maybe if you're heading out for an early walk, just dress for the warmth and the humidity. And once we get to about 11 o'clock, that's when the heat really ramps up, highs in the low 90s today. So just remember the heat advisor is in effect. Then we've got the cool down ahead once we get to the weekend. Yeah,
and Sunday to pick there. Thank you, Christine, and thank you for watching us here at Sunrise this week. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay cool today.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.